which is tricky for me, but we can do it together, right? You guys will be patient if it's not perfect, right? All right. Happy Thursday. Let's get rolling with circle time. Take me out to the ocean, take me out to the sea. Show me the foamy roll, waves rolling there. As I breathe in the fresh salty air, let me look, look, look at the ocean and see the sea and explore. For it's fun to dive from the top to the ocean floor. Never shake hands with a lobster. It isn't a wise thing to do. With a clippity clap and a snippity snap, it will snip all your fingers in two. We have number poems to do today. You guys are getting so far along in your number poems. I have a feeling you're having them stick in your head now when you're writing, which is awesome. So our new one today is 6. So 6 goes like this. Down we go and make a loop. There's no tricks to make a 6. Let's do it again. Down we go and make a loop. There's no tricks to make a 6. Down we go and make a loop. There's no tricks to make a 6. Let's do our other ones. Go right around just like an O. That's how you make a 0. Number 1. Oh, that's not number 1. Oh dear. Number 1 is like a stick. A straight line down that's very quick. Make a candy cane and then a shoe. That's the way to make a 2. Around the tree, around the tree. That's the way to make a 3. Down, across, and down once more. That's the way to make a 4. Short neck, tummy fat, number 5, he wears a hat. And our new one. Down we go and make a loop. There's no tricks to make a 6. Nice work, guys. I wonder what next week's will be. All right. We've been working on our long vowels. With a new one this week. If you did your mini book, you know that it is I. And it makes the sound I, like ice cream, or isopod, or ice, or island. I. Last week we did E. For that we did O. Got a couple more vowels before the end of the year. I have to put our fish up. 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little fish swam out one day over the waves and far away. Mama fish said, blub, 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 blub. But only 4 little fish swam back. 4 little fish swam out one day over the waves and far away. Mama fish said, blub, 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 blub. But only 3 little fish swam back. 3 little fish swam out one day over the waves and far away. Mama fish said, blub, 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 blub. But only 2 little fish swam back. 2 little fish swam out one day over the waves and far away. Mama fish said, blub, 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 blub. But only 1 little fish swam little fish swam out one day over the waves and far away. Mama fish said, blub, 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 blub. But none of the 5 little fish swam back. All right, we want to do mad fish or sad fish. We did mad fish last week. Let's do sad mama fish. So sad mama fish went out one day over the hills and far away. And sad mama fish said, blub, blub, blub. And all 5 fish came swimming back. All right. I have a tickle in my throat. You know, Kepler doesn't feel very good, and Miss Emily has a tickle in her throat. I wonder if we have little colds. Could be. We went for a walk, and it started raining really hard, and we were far from home. We had to walk back in the pouring rain. Might be why we have a little bit of a little cough. The mermaid lives deep under the sea. You don't know where she hides. An underwater kingdom, maybe? And on a seahorse she rides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did I let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? The little finger on the right. Poor little finger. Okay, I have a few things to show you today. It's going to be tricky because I have to use the camera in my hands. So, are you ready for this? I'm coming in close. Coming in closer. Coming in closer. Coming in closer. It's a lot of Miss Emily. Okay. I wanted to show you this. Now, you might have made some narwhal. Look at him. You might have made some narwhal crafts today. You might have made yourself into a narwhal. That's awesome. You can also make one with Play-Doh. And I want to show you how I made this one, in case you have Play-Doh at your house. I'm also going to send a recipe to your parents with salt dough. And salt dough is a little bit like Play-Doh, but then it'll be hard, and then you can keep it, which would be really cool too, right guys? So I'm going to swivel this around. Thanks for being patient. This is tricky. I am not as good at this as Kepler is. I'm going to try to put the phone down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got the Play-Doh, and you can see that that's its tooth. Isn't it crazy that that's its tooth that grows out of its head? Imagine if your teeth grew out of your head. And we've got the eyeballs. Now, when you get your Play-Doh, it's kind of just like this when it starts, right? It's just nothing. Well, we need to turn it into a narwhal. And we know that narwhals have big bodies. So what I do is I kind of pinch, not in the middle, because it needs a bigger body than its tail. I pinch towards the end like this. This is how I did this. And I make this its big body. I try to make it like a sphere, or maybe a little bit more like an oval shape, because it's a little bit longer than a sphere. And I just keep kind of pulling it out while I hold right here. And you can probably guess what this part's going to turn into, right? So I get this kind of like an oval, like an egg a little bit. And then I'm ready to start turning this part into a tail. And I just do that by pinching right here. And you know what? If it breaks off, totally fine. It's Play-Doh. You can just put it back in. So that it's got a little fluke like that. I'm going to set my narwhal like this so you can see. Now, nothing really looks alive until you put eyes on it. So you guys know I love googly eyes. That's kind of like my sister, Miss Mel. You know that about her. She draws googly eyes on things. You guys, I didn't even mean to, but it looks like he's smiling. I I love it. So put your eyes in there. I like to push the eyes in pretty far. If you are using the salt dough and it's going to dry, you're going to want to push the eyes in far enough and kind of pull the Play-Doh out over them a little bit so that they stay in after it's dry. Otherwise, your eyes might fall off. So make it so he has almost like little eyelids that come over, or maybe yours is a female, a girl narwhal. Look at you guys, it's funny. If you push him down, he can look mad. Look at, he looks really mad. Or you could push him up, and if you pull it in on the sides, he looks a little bit like worried. So you can make the eyes any way you want. I kind of like it like this. I kind of like this. Now, it's not a narwhal yet because right now it just looks like a normal whale or a fish. It's not a narwhal until we put its tooth in its head, right? Now, this is awesome, and you can leave it like that. You could use a spaghetti noodle for the tooth. You might use a kebab skewer, something like that. Anything that you have at your house that looks like this, you could use. And then what I did is I got some beads. And we talked on our Zoom meeting about what we never do with beads. Do you guys remember that? We never stick beads up our nose. I wanted my narwhal to have a beaded horn. If you don't have beads at your house, it's totally fine. You could use Cheerios, pasta noodles, or you could just leave it so that it's just a regular old tooth too, without anything on it. So that's my narwhal, you guys. And if you were making this out of salt dough from the recipe I'm sending you, you could use this to put things on. You could put beads on it for sure, but you also could store, like if you have rings that you want to put there, or you could give it to Mama. Mama could store her rings on there. Like I have this wedding ring, and sometimes I need a place to put it. Look at that. I made a jewelry holder. It can be anything you want. Narwhals are really cool. I mean, unicorns in the sea is pretty awesome. Okay, that is a little narwhal project. I'm going to read you a story. And you won't be able to see me, but you'll be able to see the pictures. This is called Big Owl. It's by Andrew Clements Yoshi. Look at all those little fish. Tons of fish. This looks like it's getting pretty deep down here. You see how it's darker? Big Owl.